Well, guys and girls, it's the last episode of the season. Can we do it? Are we champions? Are we even promoted at all? Let's go find out. Right, so I thought I'd bring you this match against Yokohama today. As you can see in the intervening time period, Kagoshima have started to bottle it. Slipped a few games, let's be honest, we have too, but not as many. So we've caught up and overtaken them. So on a game-for-game basis, we're the same. Currently, they are losing 1-0 to Fukushima. So this game against Yokohama, we've still got. They're probably our closest rivals in terms of damage that could be dealt to us for the rest of the season. After that, we've got 4 games of easier teams, let's say. Yokohama themselves have been pushing up the table recently. I think they were 7th or 8th last time I saw you. They've knocked off Kagoshima and Nara on the way through. So this is probably going to be a bit more intense than I thought it would be. But yeah, let's kick things off. So we will do that. Yes, ask me. I'm not keen to play positive against this team. They're going to control the possession by the look of it. So I don't want to be kicking balls up the field and just turning it over, which is liable to happen quite a lot. In team selection news, Tsubogo has been out for about 5 weeks injured and literally came back good today. So we've been playing Jin up front. Took him a few games to get settled. Some of those losses I was talking about were in there, but seems to have finally found his stride. So I'm happy to leave him in the starting spot for now, especially to give Tsubogo a bit more time to recuperate. I know it's a tough game, but I'd rather have the person who's been playing recently in there rather than a bloke who's just come back from injury. Apart from that, forwards as usual, kicking butt, taking names. Agu, Ino are back. The midfielders are back from injury and have been doing their job perfectly. I think we're Izawa has been promoted above Aso as the backup defensive midfielder. He's been crushing it. And Fuke has, despite being worse on paper, has definitely knocked out Nishimori for the left fullback spot. So now I've got Yamawaki in to cover both for Ikeda and Fuke. Even the centre backs are finally starting to pick their game up. So Tokida playing well. Sako has not been fantastic for us. He gets playing spot because his coach actually keeps coming to watch him play. Fair. So he tends to start, but in this one I might actually put Muramatsu on just because this is a fairly important game. All right, so that leaves us with a front line of Ikitaka, Jin, Melo, Eboko, Ino and Mikelagu in the midfield, Fuke, Muramatsu, Tokida, Ikeda. Yoshimaru had a bit of a whinge with me about not fixing up the coaching team, so Tanaka got a few games in, but all that morale problem's finished now, so Yoshimaru's back at number 1. All right, let's kick this off. See what we've got. I am expecting to not get a lot of possession in this game. Let's point the finger. Tell them that we are better on them than form, but only just. So we've done pretty well, as you can see by that string of green. And we're off. Throw out a little bit of encouragement. It is a home game, but yeah, like I said, not expecting a lot of possession. These guys like to hold on to the ball and they like to play defensively deep. Tanaka over the free kick, but Yoshimaru just watches it sail away. And now in an almost completely inverted situation, Agu getting ready to put his into the top left corner, I hope. Let's find out. Oh, not much in that at all. Well done. All right. Ikeda to Boko on the sideline. Puts up the high cross to Iketaka. Ike, go mobiles. That's a lovely combination there. And that's the kind of goal we like to get. Play it across the field and get those lovely crosses in. Iketaka not really known for being on the receiving end of that. That's normally Agu or I cannot remember his name. If he's on the bench or if he's off the bench, but there you go. Well, despite me saying we're probably going to be under the pump, it looks like Yokohama aren't doing much with all the ball they've got. I've got to admit, 36% possession was probably a bit more than I anticipated, actually. So it looks like we're the danger men at the moment for sure. I'm expecting not a lot of highlights because they are playing that defensive block quite heavily. I am actually fantastically happy with the work, what we've created. And I'm fantastically happy that we're ahead. Jin not having a fantastic game today, kind of not expecting it. Poachers, I don't imagine, would do fantastically well. Speak of the devil. Ikeda runs the ball in from the sideline, draws the defenders, and pushes it across to Jin, who gives it a little bit of the old tappity-tappity. Straight past the goalkeeper. Look at this, Ikeda. This is why we brought him in. Oh, there's a bit of deflection off the poor Yokohama player there. So a bit of luck involved, but it was still good play. Fuke out to Muramatsu. Melo finds space in the middle, pushes it through to Iboko. He doesn't usually miss these, and that was not the shot I expected. A lovely cheeky chip, but I think we're looking at money now. We had the momentum, and now we've put the goals on the scoreboard, and that is just a lovely through ball there by Eduardo Melo to put Iboko through. Well, I mean, he had to work for the finish, but he did it. Dodate plays it back to Onohara. Hashiuchi. This is the kind of build-up play we're expecting to see from Yokohama this game. Playing it around a bit. My lines are a bit low, so we're not really going to press until they come close to the halfway mark. I've actually compressed the block a little bit by bringing the defensive line up a little bit. Oh, that's a absolute ripper of a ball by Kikutani. Picks out Hidake there from a sea of yellow and has absolutely no problem popping it home. Fuke not the best on the ball, but really that should have been Muramatsu who was trying to get on top of that. That's all right. Substitute a clock. Let's see what we've got. Everyone's playing pretty well. Fuke. And I just said I was putting him ahead of Nishimoto for form reasons, but I guess that's not the case anymore. Muramatsu is not playing fantastically either, but he's not playing terribly. I might give Agu another 10 minutes and then look at the make fatigue stubs instead. I mean, we're punching above our XG, but that's been pretty much on par with the brand. Eduardo Melo gets cut out. Jin to clean up the crumbs. We play it out to the back line again and reload. Agu back to Tokida. Building the shape again. You can see that, Jin keeps trying to make those runs and find the space. Got clobbered there, but apart from that, it's the right idea. I'm not sure where that. Okay, there. And back out to and Ikeda. He's going to cross it to the middle here. Yeah, that's a lovely piece of play there. Jin in the right spot at the right time. Like I said, he's been working on that in the last couple of games. The man himself is actually a physical powerhouse as well. I saw him go around like literally by himself beat 4 players in the last game to score a solo goal. Somehow Ibaka was credited for for the assist despite the pass happening about 60 metres up the pitch. All right, fatigue subs. I think we've got this one in the bag now, which is great. That's going to really cement our spot at the top. So we'll put on Izawa for Agu, get those legs, fresh legs out there. I mean, we're crushing it. Would it kill us to get Subog? Yeah, you know what? Jin's on a hat trick. He can stay out there. Let's bring Ibaka off for Okuda. Do I want that? No, I think probably what I want to do is something like this, hey. And then we can bring the Motto on for the experience. Is not likely to get subbed out, so that'll leave us with a few subs just in case anything untoward happens in the last 15 minutes. Ikeda links up with Ikitaka, the Go-Go Bros, but Jin can't finish. Lovely shot. I'd complain if he hadn't already nailed 2 of those already, and to be fair, it's on him. It's his hat trick that he's not getting. Yehoon clears it long. This is not the kind of build-up play we're expecting. Hidaka loses or passes back and loses the ball, and we're on the counter. Ikeda puts it through to Jin. Here's your hat trick, son. Puts it past Yehoon without any problems whatsoever. And now I've got real selection issues because he's playing just as well as Sabogu was in that spot. And I just don't know where to go. I literally re-signed him, Jin. So I suppose it's not a bad problem to have. Tokida's exhausted on the back line, but we're almost done. He can deal with it. I think that has been a wonderful game, and a pure example of kind of how we've been going for the last couple of games. The forwards have just been finding the space that they need to get through the poachers, and that's a team effort, I think. Everyone's doing a bit of heavy lifting there. So that's fantastic. Hopefully Kagoshima lost their game. They were 1-0 down when we started, and I probably should have had what was happening at the other grounds on, but that's all right. Let's have a quick look. Kagoshima, they did get up in the end, so we haven't got that extra game on top of them. It's still quite tight, but I think we've got the easy run from here on out. It'll be very interesting to see where we end up. Okay, well, this might be it. We've dropped 1 game in the lead up to this. Kagoshima have dropped more, thankfully. We're 2 games out from the end of the season. A win here will give us the premiership. Even if we're not, we're a pretty good chance because Kagoshima are drawing against Numazu, and they're 3/4 of the way through their game. So if it's not this, we've still got 1 more to go, but I reckon this will be it, hey? Let's have a look. Fukushima are not dead last, but they're certainly not going to be favourites in this game. I don't see any reason to change what's been going on too much here. Tsuboga has been slowly edging his way back onto the team, but his form or his shape still needs a bit of work. Apart from that, I think our backs are in absolutely terrible shape as usual. Apart from Tokida, who's going to be grumpy at me because, again, he wanted, for some reason, better coaching staff, and I am 3 coaches over our board set limit for some reason. I might drop Ikitaka out for Namato. He's not been playing fantastically. And I think we're going to leave it at that. Kick off Fukuoka. No, I wanted to put on. Who do I want to put on? Nishimori. I wanted to bring him on. But I'll have to get rid of someone. So he can go. Fukuoka can stay. Do I have the right cover of Sakamoto? No, I don't. Well, that's a tough one, actually. I might just get rid of him entirely for Sakamoto. So thinking there is that gives me a second backup, defensive midfielder and left back. So lining up probably in the shape I would really like to play next season, if everyone hangs around, even though they won't. Nemoto, Tsubogo, Eduardo Mello at the front, and Eboko. In the defensive midfielders, we've got Ino as the volante and Agu as the anchor. And in the back line, we've got Nishimori, Sako, Tokida, and Ikeda. Yoshimaru in goals was fantastic for us in the last game. Saved a couple of absolute blinders, which let us get up 5-2. Otherwise, it probably would have been a draw. Let's ask Shams. Huge match. Pick up where you left off. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's have a look at what's going on. This Kagoshima versus Numazu game is where the money's at. Still 0-0, so pretty happy with that. A draw will probably get us the win on goal difference, even if we lose 2 in a row. A loss would be better, I think. All right, first highlight of the day, and it's not ours. That's not fantastic. It's 30 minutes for a highlight, though, so it must be pretty slow running. Oh, that was a great save by Yoshimori. Probably threw out a couple of discs there getting to that one. Good thing he's a young dude. But we are being fairly clobbered in the stats that we are concerned about. We're not getting shots on target. Our XG is pretty crap. It looks like we're picking up a bit slightly. So we've had a pretty slow first half. I'm going to have to G up the... Do I G up the boys or just tell them they've got it in the bag? I mean, let's tell them there's a party going on at full time. I think there's a few nervous people out here. And we might deal with those as a kind of crap out in the second half. All right, what do we got? I'll give them another 5 minutes, see what happens. Looks like we're on a bit of a burler. No, okay, cool. Well, Tsubogu not performing fantastically there. Eboko as well. That's a bit of an unusual one. And I did get rid of... Oh, okay. Yeah, that's life. It's not really Okuda's best spot. He can play there, I believe. Sorry, what are we looking at? But is he going to be better as a... No, definitely not a wide target forward. Maybe an advanced playmaker. I might try that one and see where we land. Although then I want some support. Maybe I do want something a bit more like this if I'm going to bring him in there. Who else is playing badly? I mean, we could get rid of Ikido as well. There's the decisions. How about we do something like this? Let's just throw balls to the wall, give the pep talk. Plenty of time left. Oh, you're so used to having like 3 options here, not 10. Kagoshima are losing. Fantastic. I am very happy with that because a 0-0 draw will take us to the silverware if they lose. I mean, any draw will do that. That was... I have no idea if Yoshimaru actually parried that over or if it was just a bit too high. Ikeda's playing even worse than before. All right, you can come out. We'll throw in Sakamoto. No one's really, yeah, all right. No one's really going terribly, but or fantastically, but not as going super terrible. Make an impact, have an impact. This is slow game. We're winning on XG. We have more possession than we normally would if we were winning anyway. So I think it's just a matter of the numbers. Here we go. Izawa through to Mello. We've got a build up going on there, and Akuda was probably offside anyway. Yep, there it is. But was in the right spot. All things being equal. I'm not going to say. Oh, here we go. Akuda. Can we knock this in? I don't even know what happened there. I think the nerves are getting to the boys. Fatini launches it only as far as Sacco. And now we're playing a bit of back and forward up the park. Oh, Jin with the ball. He's got support in the middle. Is he going to hit the cross to Mello? Oh, that's taken a deflection off the defender. I mean, I'll take the win for sure, but who's the poor bugger here who's just given us the title? Let's have a look. Who's this fella? Where's the pause button? Kawanishi. You are going to be remembering that for years, mate. Oh dear. That was basically the title right there. Fantastic. Look, the boys have been fantastic this year. I honestly came into the save with no understanding of the league, no expectations. But happy to have made it out very happy to have made it out in the first season. I was not really expecting that. There we go. Raise the trophy. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I think that's Agu with the trophy. He's the on-field captain. He's the eldest. Not quite the most leadership, but one of the most influential in the pool. And off we go, doing a lap of the ground with my crazy coloured shoes. Well done, boys. Well done. And on that note, I think I'll leave it now and end it on a high. Well, we've won the league and we're heading up the ranks a bit earlier than I expected. As usual, if you like what you see, give us a like or a comment. Always love to have a chat. Speaking to you, Wally. And subscribe if you're new here. Thanks very much.